Hey everybody, Kim here with Little Biz Resources, and let me check and see if we are live. It tells me I use Streamlabs OBS and it tells me that I'm live. Ooh, and YouTube says it. Let's see if I have some sound. Keep in mind there is a delay, so that's just kind of the way it goes. But all right, as we get started here and wait for a couple people to hop on, hopefully, I'm going to go ahead and share this into the Facebook group. For those who don't know, there's a link to our Facebook group if you're interested in talking to other people or asking questions that are kind of private, because I know some people just don't want to post them publicly, and that is a private group. So you can go in there and post. Well, I mean, everybody in the group can see it, but hey, good news is it's not very active. Don't know why, but I think it's just the nature of the beast. All right, so live now, posting it in the group. Okay, and there we go. All right, so make sure that this stays on. My sister told me she was listening to it, and apparently at the very end, I'm done talking, so I hit end stream, but it cuts off like the last 30 seconds. So I'm going to try not to do that today. I'm going to try not to, but it's hard because when you're done, you end it, right? That's what you're supposed to do. Anyway, so let's get started. Okay, one thing that I think I've seen a lot of people looking for and a lot of people hoping for is that they want to know how they can create a free website. So there are a couple things that, let me go ahead and pop up a notepad here. So there are two things you need for a website. Of course, this is not very big. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay, two things. Can't remember how to, I went to Windows 20, 21, or whatever this is, 21, Windows something, whatever the new one, 11, Windows 11. I get there eventually, right? Edit, zoom, that's what I want, zoom in, so Control plus, I was hitting it, I just hit Shift plus instead of Control plus. Right, so two things you need for a website. You have to have these two things. Now, we're going to talk about how you can get away with basically not paying for either one of them, but you'll see how. So you need a domain, and that is your address basically, right? So address, which is like www.littlebizresources.com. That's a domain or your address. So it's saying where your website is. Now that's not really where it is. It's always redirected to wherever the hosting is, but that's not important if you don't understand any of that. The other thing you need is hosting, and this is where the physical location, well, I mean, it's online, but it's where the servers that have your website, right? So you have to have these two things, and that's where a lot of people are like, well, I can go to enter something, and we'll talk about a couple of these, and I can start a website. But then they're like, well, I don't know what kind of website I want, right? And that's where it gets challenging, because if you have a specific website you want, then you're going to limit yourself on, like, say we want to do a free e-commerce store. Yeah, that doesn't exist, right? It really doesn't exist. Well, I mean, it does, and I'll show you how, but there's always going to be some sort of trade-off for it. And an example of that is if you go to, so WordPress.com. Yeah. If you go to WordPress.com, you can start a free blog site on here, right? And you might even be able to do e-commerce on here. The problem with the WordPress.com site, and this is where WordPress.com will be where you're hosted. So two things are, one, if you want to do it completely free without a domain, you would have to do in a subdomain. Right now, a subdomain is where you're going to do, and this is, I actually have one on here, littlebizresources.wordpress.com. Right? So this is, I have my link to the group. I've got here where it's just a little bit about, and then I actually have a blog, right? So I have a blog. This is actually automatically brought over from, you can see this is actually today's. This is right now. Here it is. I have this automated, right? So that whenever I post something on YouTube or I put something on my actual Little Biz Resources site, it copies it over to here. And the reason why is because I actually have followers on WordPress. So those followers will get notified of the post that I make, and then I might get more views of my stuff. It's not a long-term great strategy to start off on littlebizresources.wordpress.com. That's why I have my own site that goes to this. and then I'm trying to bring people back to my location. Now I have to fine tune my strategy on this, and we'll talk more about this as we get into our automation and everything else. In fact, we're going to do an entire course. We're going to revamp the course that we started this last year, and we're going to dive into it a little bit better because some things changed this year. So this is just simplistic automation, bringing it over. There's a bunch I could do to improve this. But the point is, you can create a free subdomain and a blog on here. And you could probably, like I said, you might be able to get into e-commerce stuff if you want to. But again, that's going to be really challenging. And then but the nice thing is that you could always upgrade later on, right? You could do one of these. Now, another thing that you can do, and this is the one that I like, is Groove. So there is a link in the description where you can get a completely free Groove account. Now there are, of course, limitations to it, and you can come in and check it out. But if you're like, hey, I want to get started for free, this is really nice. And the reason why is because you don't just get, like a WordPress, you get one blog, right? Now you can start other blogs with other Gmails and everything else, or other, whatever, Outlooks, whatever you have. And in fact, I think you can do free Blogger as well. But again, same challenges. They're putting ads on your free pages. If you want no ads and you want a free site, this is what you need to do. You need to go to Groove. So you can get to that link in the description to sign up for your free account through Groove. And they've got a lot of different options. And again, we've talked about this in the past, but to be clear, you do have limitations, but I can say definitively, I've never seen anybody provide this much free value. So this is because they're still first getting started. They're still trying to bring people in and get them used to it. This is, I was talking to my sister. I have another, it's a funnel builder, and it was a competitor directly to ClickFunnels. And I bought it when they were first starting out, and I paid like nominal amount for it. That was years ago. I still have it. It's lifetime access and it's free. And I'm like, you know what? We should probably put some stuff on it since I have it. And so we are, and it's a really nice builder and everything. And I'm really glad I did it. And so this is another one I think that I'm really glad I got it on free. Now we have a lifetime account as well. I'm using a free account so you can see what it looks like. So in here, I'm logged in, and they have these quick links here. You can either go here and look at, and just to show you quickly, Groove Pages, Groove Funnels. So this would be like if you want to do like single pages, landing pages, if you want to build a funnel. Groove Sell we're not going to talk about that. That's not actually a website. And Groove Mail would be email marketing, but not for your actual email. I'd recommend you check out my video about getting a free email address. Then we've got Groove Member, which I've got children coming up. Hold on. Hey. Oh, they can't hear me. They can't hear me because they're giggling. You can hear that. So Groove Member is a membership platform. You can you can create a free. Hey, I'm on the website on a webinar.
So we can have a candy bar?
That's fine. Just shh. Sorry. This is what happens when you have children and you do stuff live, right? So Groove Member is where you can create a membership for up to 100 members on it, which is amazing. And then Groove Video really doesn't have any value at the free level that I can tell. Groove Blog would be if you want to do a blog site. Groove Cart is e-commerce. Okay. And I'm not going to walk through how to do all of these. I just want to show you I'm going to do Groove Pages, Groove Funnels here. Let's say you want to do like a local business site or something, right? You can come in here, and obviously you can have 3 sites. So this is where, that's kind of cool too. You can have 3 sites, but I'm going to say new site. And you could start from scratch, or you can use one of you can see this is Upgrade to Pro. So all these that are premium are ones that are the templates that are included in it. But you can find a couple of them in here. And in fact, I'm going to go back up here for a second. So you can go by different categories. So let's say you have an agency and you want to build an agency site. Again, you've got a bunch of premium options, but they do have a free one. You can preview it. And then you can select and just swap stuff out. Again, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. They have videos on how to do this that are going to be in a lot more detail than I have. Of course, it can't preview, probably because I'm streaming live. So this is what happens, right? So then, or you can start from scratch and use their system to do it. Honestly, it's super easy to use. I mean, you spend a couple of hours learning it just like you would anything, and you're going to be able to build your own website, whether it's, they've got complete sites. So that's a premium one. So you'd have to start from scratch. Oh, it's because I'm on agency. Let's go all categories. So premium, and then they have this one right here, Groove Book Template. And you just go in there, you can swap out pictures, swap out text, etc. You can, change it the way you want, or again, start from scratch. So this is kind of really cool and kind of a game changer. Now, we talked about how there's 2 things you need to have for this, right? I'm trying not to make this too long, but the second thing that you need to have is that domain, right? And so here you can come in, you can connect up to 3 domains to this Groove ecosystem, right? On the free level. And I think it's like unlimited or something on the lifetime. And I don't know if they still have lifetime. You can check it out when you go through that link. But if you don't want to pay for a domain, you do a subdomain, right? So we just come in here. We're going to go into, I think it's under my account. And there's domains. And so I'm going to say manage. And here it says you can do a free Groove Pages web address. So you can see where this is the subdomain. Okay. And this is specifically for using on Groove. So it would be obviously whatever you want, kimsawesomesite.groovepages.com. So this is how you do it for free. It's really easy. A lot of people think that, it's super hard and they can't do it. But that's honestly, there's no reason why you cannot build a free website easily. Now, if you want a free website built for you, that's not going to happen, right? I don't know of any, and anybody who does that is going to be getting something out of it. So let me just hop into chat. I don't see anybody in the chat. No questions yet. If you do have questions, pop them in because I'm going to end it otherwise. And this is how you do a free website. A lot of people don't understand. So you've got right now, today, as of this second, you have got 3 ways to get a free website. 3 places that I've mentioned, right? I said you can go to WordPress.com. It's a blog. They have ads. I believe Blogger also has. And it's blogger.com. We'll hop over there real quick. And see. Oh, this is my old one. I want to get out of this. How do I get out of this? Sign out. So here's blogger.com, right? And you create your blog and it walks you right through it. It's really simple. Of course, you need to create a Gmail account. Then you've also got Groove. So that is, you could easily, and this is exclusively blogging again. And then Groove, you can do a blog, you can do a website, a regular website. You could do funnels, you can do memberships, right? Again, free. This Groove they have a free level. I highly recommend if you haven't gotten a free Groove account, you get it. And then start playing with it and start building your site, because whether you want to do, if you just want to blog, you can do these other ones. Well, Marjorie asked, how long can you use Groove for a free site or membership site, and how much do they bug you to upgrade? So the free level, as far as I know, as of right now, is lifetime. So they're going to keep it free forever. It's just like I said with that other account that I got from when they were first launching. They did the same thing, except for they had it as a paid level by the time I got there. And so I paid like $67 or something for a lifetime access, and it's many years later and I still have lifetime access to it. And they now charge, I think, $97 a month for the level I'm at. And so I'm really glad I got it when I did, right? And Groove, same thing. So they are going to bug you. They're going to mostly email you. So if you want to minimize that, just make sure you segment your emails into a folder that you can manage a little bit better or something. But I think they mostly email. I don't get a lot of emails from them, honestly, and I have a free account. So on this email, I should say, this is my main email too. So I'd say it's worth it to me. I haven't had any problems. I liked the lifetime upgrade option. And again, they're integrating everything. They're making it so this is kind of a solution to a lot of problems for people who are trying to do e-commerce and funnels and affiliate marketing and, the Kims of the world that are trying to do everything and have like 40 different platforms that they have to work with and pay for. Right. And so, but like I said, if you can get it for free, and the free level gives you more than enough to get started. In fact, it's funny because I think I was doing about what you can do on the free level, and I was on ClickFunnels paying $97 a month. I like ClickFunnels and all, but I'm like, man, if I can save $97 a month and do the same thing, why not? Right? Why not? So, yeah. So this is the one that I do recommend, is Groove. And it's good to see you, Marjorie, by the way. It doesn't tell me who's on. That's the one thing. And I'm hoping by next week I can get Zoom connected to Streamlabs OBS. Are your sites from Groove on their hosting? Yes. So they host everything. The one thing that I haven't seen is email. And that's so, like, normally if you get like cPanel hosting or something from somewhere, then, and I don't actually, like if I was on SiteGround, like you're on SiteGround, Marjorie, for at least some of your sites, then you can add in email that's hosted on their servers. I had to switch a lot of my main sites over because SiteGround did something specific to those sites, and I think it's because we use Elementor Pro, that slowed down the site. So I had to move a couple of them over, and I moved them to, what's it called? Cloudways? Cloud something anyway. And it's really, really, really good hosting. I really like it, but it doesn't have email. So I run, and I've actually been doing this for all my sites. I run all of my emails through Zoho Mail, and I did a video on that. Let me go ahead and pull up the link to that other video. Oh, maybe not. Let's go this way. Right here. It just made it easier. So your channel, and then I did a video on this one right here. So it's create your own free email address with your own domain, even if you don't have web hosting. So this one, you still have to have your own domain. So, and that's because, ooh, I don't want it to play. That's because you need to, you can't really have email on like a subdomain that's somebody else's, right? You have to manage the main domain. So let me pop this into the, I'm on the page. I could do it here, right? Home, here, comment. Where's my comments? Here we go. So this one would be the link to the video where you get there we go. Free email. So if anybody is interested in that, that's what I would recommend. And I like using Zoho for pretty much everything anyway, because it's separate from my hosting. So if something does happen to my hosting, I still have email, right? In fact, we were talking about that as we're setting up our marketplace. I'm like, okay, I can't have support be on the same servers as the website, because if the website goes down, we need to be able to have, so our emails are separate, and then I have our support on a separate one, and then our which actually eventually we're going to have our support go through here, but they don't have it up yet, and I haven't heard of there. How many subdomains can you have for one URL? Let me check and see. I'll pull up if they say that. Let me check real quick. Get into, I'm going to pull up the comparison for it real quick. Pretty links. Sorry, I'm on my other screen, so you can't see that yet. Here's the package comparison, which I'll also put that link in the... Okay, so this one is, they have custom domains is 3, but they doesn't seem they have any limits on subdomains. So I'm going to go with probably as many as you want. I mean, we could go make a bunch of fake ones real quick if you want me to. Just let me know. Sorry, I'm trying to post this into the... Dang it. I have to go to the right one. Sorry, guys. I need like 2 more screens. I already have 2, but I need like 2 more to be able to post everything, right? All right, so here, this is the link to Groove comparison page. There's that. I wonder where that's highlighted on my screen. That's weird. Okay, probably so I can click over to it, right? All right, so yeah, I really think this is a good opportunity. So you can see that they have, you have websites. You can do 3 websites on the free level. You can have 3 custom domains. It says 1 share funnel, which I don't know that there's going to be too many of you if you're getting started are going to do that. Receive share funnels, you can do it to 5. You can import pages 15. Groove sell. Look, okay. So I should also say, by the way, that for our marketplace, we are going to try, I cannot promise this yet because Groove just switched their whole API and everything, so I don't know how easy it's going to be. However, we're going to try to get it so that you can integrate our marketplace with Groove. So Groove, like Groove, Groove Sell isn't really the one we want. We want Groove Cart. So Groove Cart is e-commerce, okay? And GrooveCart, they don't have any limits on how many products you can have on there, right? They still have, online credit card rates and third-party payment processors and stuff. They still have that, but it's been, it's just, that's the way it is. Your credit card rates might be a little bit higher than on Shopify, but if you're doing it free, you're not paying your $30-40 a month to Shopify Plus. If you're on a higher one, you're doing more, right? So that's what the offset is that, okay, you're going to have to pay a little bit more on the credit card rates for the free part, but you're going to get free hosting. So, I mean, really, you could set up a free e-commerce store on here. Again, you can have one blog, it looks like, but you have unlimited posts. And I'll tell you, think about this. Think about if Etsy, which, by the way, Etsy, even though it's a marketplace, is basically a glorified shop right now. It's glorified hosting because you have no way to rank unless you're offering something super unique or you're doing all the marketing yourself and everything else. So it's like, it's glorified, but you get 40 free listings for free if you go through our link or go through a referral link. Otherwise, you're paying 20 cents a listing for 4 months. In this case, as far as I know, this is free for forever. I mean, I guess they have the right to change it at some point, but I mean, if you get started and you're doing stuff, what does it matter? You can start making money, and if you're not, then you probably don't need it anyway. So anyway, I think this is going to be, I think they're going to leave this free for a long time. And I think they're going to have a free option for a while. So if you're like today, no, not so much, but get started. It's at the end of 2021. If you want to be making money in 2022 online, you need to have somewhere to do it. Uh-oh. No, it says, that's not good. I'm checking to see if I'm still on here. Okay. It says, let me see if I can get back over to this one. Marjorie. Says it is still on, and my phone says I have sound. So I don't know what that was about. Ooh, what went the wrong way. All right, so yeah, I check my phone occasionally to make sure. So anyway, yeah, so that's what I do recommend. I do recommend you hop onto this free one, as at least get into it and play with it. It's super easy to use, guys. I mean, anything you get, if you're doing it yourself, is going to take you a couple of hours to learn, no matter what it is. And this is, I gotta tell you, the first time I ever built a website, I think I was 16, maybe. Yeah, I think I was 16 because we finally got internet that year, and I started building websites the first year we got internet, because I might have been 17. They might not have had software out yet, but they had software out pretty quick. And it took me, I used, what was it called? Dreamweaver? I can't remember, but it took me a while. I bought a book, because I mean, come on now. We lived, in the middle of nowhere, and then we went to the slum school of the area. Oh, I forgot I'm in that state right now. I probably shouldn't say that kind of stuff. But for the time, it was the slum school. And we didn't have, I think we had a computer class, but, I didn't get any access to it for any reason. So I had to teach myself everything, and we were on dial-up. So think about that. So you're reading from a book and doing stuff on a computer and trying to load via dial-up, right? And if you guys are young, and I don't know who else on here, it does tell me there's a few people on here, and on the replay, I don't know who's going to watch it, but if you're young and you're like, what's dial-up? That's when they went over the phone line and called into the internet, and you would connect via the phone. I cannot tell you how slow that was. In fact, I laugh at how impatient I am with how slow stuff is now, and I'm like, oh, wow, this is super fast compared to where it was. So today is more than ever, you have an opportunity to create something, to be a part of something online. If that's what you want to do, there's no reason why you can't, right? I mean, I've given you 3 different places that you can go and you can start a free site. If you want to start a lot of different sites, if you want integrations and stuff, do Groove. Get a domain. I put a link into littlebizdomains.com in the description. We have discounted .coms there. Once we go back in, we'll try to discount the others, but reach out to us in the group or something, and let me know if you need a different something besides .com, because we we don't really recommend anything besides .coms right now because they just typically don't rank unless you know what you're doing. Even that's still hard. So yeah, that's what I recommend. And what's really cool about this too, like I said, is that with Groove and versus WordPress or Blogger is that you can have 3 websites, right? You can have, I'm skipping GrooveSell because that's like if you're a vendor and you want other affiliates to sell your stuff, that's GrooveSell. And then Groove Affiliates, their affiliate marketplace. Groove Video, like I said, is kind of pointless for this, but you can just integrate or put embedding from YouTube or Vimeo or wherever it is. Groove Mail, that's email marketing, right? So this is 500 contacts a month, or 500 contacts and 5,000 emails per month, which is plenty if you're getting started. Now, Aweber also has a free one and it integrates with stuff, but if you're doing Groove, then this should all be integrated, if not now, soon, right? And I haven't tested the integrations yet, but there should be no problem with using this. Groove Cart is e-commerce. Again, you're like, hey, what's a Shopify alternative? In fact, maybe I should do a video called Shopify Alternative because, I mean, a free Shopify alternative, right? This is exactly what it is. This is a free Shopify alternative for e-commerce solutions. And again, like I said, when we do our marketplace, we're going to try to be able to integrate with this. Can't make any promises yet, but this is on our to-do list, is to integrate with Groove. So you could have your own site on here and you'd be on our marketplace as well. And then you'd integrate with other marketplaces through ours, right? That's what we're trying to do. So hopefully we'll get there sooner rather than later. We can't do anything until the 1st, which is right around the corner. So next week we will be emailing anybody out about the marketplaces, about our marketplace, I should say. So, all right, well, let me know if there's any other questions. And Marjorie, I'm glad the sound came back. Okay, let me see. I didn't miss anything. Yeah, so Groove, yeah, they do email. See, the thing I don't like about vendors, and that's not just Groove, it's anybody. Like Aiden and Steve do this. Everybody does this. Is that, and it's their people, they can do what they want, right? Is that when you sign up with them, even at the free level, especially at the free level, they're going to email you a lot. They're going to email you about, upgrading Groove to lifetime because they may have already closed their lifetime. I'm not sure. I think I saw the other day it was still open. Not sure if that was okay, well, we're going to leave it open until we reach the right level, or it's oops, we forgot to do it. We forgot to close it thing. I don't know. Or if they're just like, hey, well, false scarcity. I don't know, right? I don't know what the deal is. I just think I saw it open like 2 days ago. And so they're going to email you about upgrading. They're also going to start emailing you about products that they're promoting, like, because they're affiliates as well. And that's kind of, as an affiliate, promoting somebody else's product. I don't per se like that. That's why you need to be a vendor, right? But guess what? That's what this is. Right? And hopefully we'll get to that point this year. Last year we didn't. We wanted to, but with my own personal chaos going on, it was very difficult to do. So this year, hopefully we'll get to the point where we're going to have Groove, well, not necessarily on GrooveSell. You can be on ClickFunnels or on JVZoo or whatever, but where we can build our own products and then find people to promote them. That would be ideal. So you can build up your own list. So, sorry, I took my shot today and it's for my asthma, and it's like my whole body's going, okay, time to get rid of inflammation. It's really weird. It's the craziest thing. So, all right, well, I don't see any other questions. Marjorie, I appreciate you coming on. I know we're going to have to switch it for starting next week. We're going to switch later, and if you can't come on, I understand, because it is really late where you're at. But it's just, I moved an hour earlier than where I was, and it's just the same problems we run into, is that it's right at dinner time right now. Well, 6:30 is our time, which is 9:30 Eastern time. And I have a child that needs food. Well, and I need food too, but half of my dinner is still sitting here, so I'm going to eat it after I get off of here. So I do appreciate you coming on. I appreciate anybody else who watches this. And please, if you have questions, you can post them here. You can post them in the Facebook group, which there's a link in the description. Or you can come live next Thursday, which is a different time. And for whatever time we're going to have it, just check the channel banner, which I put a link there in the description as well. So again, I appreciate you for coming, Marjorie, and I thank all of you, and I hope everybody has a happy new year. And if you have anything specific you're looking for, if you're interested in the marketplace, hop into the Facebook group. I forgot to put the link in there. It's on the other videos too that we've done, and it'll be coming out more, right? All right, I thank you again, and I will see you guys all next week, and hopefully in the Facebook group. All right, thanks.